Ourselves standing on the threshold of nearly 150 years of the Bahamian Wilchcombe family, might well pause and reflect to remember where we came from, where we are, and where we must go. I am happy to join with all of you today in what must go down as the greatest celebration of the Wilchcombe clan in more than a century. It's so good to be in West End, not attending a family funeral or wedding, the occasions in which most Wilchcombes, including myself, feel only and obligated to attend. 145 years ago, a Welshman in whose symbolic shadow we stand today came to this settlement and called it home. That event came as a great beacon of light and hope for hundreds of us. It is that event that causes me to be here, and you to be here. All of us, Wilchcombes, all here today. I appeal then to all my family members that wherever you go, wherever you live as a Wilchcombe, you are expected not to lead a life of ease, but a life of strenuous endeavor. Let us then today boldly face life of strife, just as our forefathers did, resolute to our duty, well and manfully resolute to uphold righteousness by deed and by word, resolute to be both honest and brave, to serve high ideals, yet to use practical methods. Above all, let us as a family shrink from strife, moral or physical. The story of the Wilchcombe family in Grand Bahama begins in the summer of 1840, 145 years ago. 4 Welshmen on that summer's day disembarked, touching the sand at Sand Bay with their hands, and decided right there that it was better in West End. The leader of this group was called Richard Wilchcombe. Richard was a retired Welsh doctor. He brought with him his wife Elizabeth and sons Richard Jr. and Edward. Richard Jr. and Edward caught snappers and grunts larger than they had ever seen in their life. Richard Jr. and Edward traveled the island widely, while Dr. Richard and his wife Elizabeth stayed in West End enjoying the good life. During one of their travels to the east end of Grand Bahama, Richard Jr. and Edward met 2 beautiful Grand Bahama gals. Soon they went a-courting, fell in love, and took their brides, like all decent Wilchcombe do. Richard Jr. married Elizabeth Smith of Smith's Point. Edward married Emmeline Smith, the sister of Elizabeth. Something like Daddy and Uncle Lenny. Richard Jr. and Elizabeth Smith had 4 children. They were Richard III. Now I can get you mixed up because there can be plenty Richard and plenty this and plenty that, so listen very carefully. And then what I don't get right, Ben Smith can get it right. The other cousin. All right, Richard Jr. and Elizabeth Smith had 4 children. They were Richard III, Edward Augustus, Claudius, and Drusilla. When Richard III became of age, he married Elizabeth Elliot. That marriage produced 4 children. Their names were Thomas Richard IV, Zephaniah, Jethro, and Ada. How we doing, Ben? When Elizabeth Elliot died, Richard III remarried he took Charlotte Vincent for his second wife. That marriage between Richard III and Charlotte Vincent produced 2 children. Their names were Charlotte, you all remember her, Shaw, and Freddie Hall. You know Freddie?
I get it right.
I get it right?
No, you get this wrong.
We have mixed up there.
Only met her with 4 children.
All right, she had 4 children. All right, I can let you come up and correct me. All right, but make a note of that for me on the right. Charlotte Vincent also had been married before.
No, that's funny.
No, I said Charlotte. Charlotte Vincent had been married before.
She was married to Charlotte Vincent. She was married to Winston first.
Right.
Then after
Rosetta Barr. Edward Augustus and Rosetta Barr had 6 children. Their names were Jeff, Herbert, Sabalita, Celeste, Adina, and Cecilia. The third son of Richard Jr. and Elizabeth Smith, Claudius, our grandpa, my grandpa, married Justina Barr. Claudius and Justina had 12 children. Their names were Lenora, Didi, God bless the dead, Albert, Abo, God rest the dead, Maud, Drusilla, Claudius, Alonzo, you call him Bogus, eh? You call him Bogus. And Lily, Joanna, Sybil, call her Tumpy, Rowena, this is called my old lady, Dee, Uncle Light, sitting right here, and an Edna, sitting right here. The last of the Claudius clan. But the best. Okay. The only daughter of Richard Jr. and Elizabeth Smith, Drusilla, married William Barr. What is married in the family now? Drusilla and William Barr had 2 children. Their names were Thomas and Cassie. The second son of Richard and Elizabeth Wilchcombe, Edward, married Emmeline Smith. Edward and Emmeline Smith had one son. His name was Horatio. Horatio married Grace Hannah. Horatio and Grace Hannah had 6 children. I think that may not be right. Had several children. Their names were Jim, Clayton, Seba. I don't think Johnson and Muller. I gotta get that straight and let Ben handle that part. No, that ain't go yet. You jumping me now. You know them better, but I got them in order. Horatio can be considered the first Wilchcombe fella to have gone through a divorce. If indeed he did. I'm not sure. Horatio Sr. was a marrying fella. He married a 3rd time. His 3rd wife was Amy Johnson. And with Amy Johnson, Horatio Sr. had 2 children. Their names were Clarence and Arthur. Now let's go back to the children of Richard Jr., the eldest son of Dr. Richard Wilchcombe and Elizabeth Wilchcombe. You will remember that Richard Jr. married Elizabeth Elliot, and they had Thomas Richard before, Zephaniah, Jethro, and Ada. I don't know who Thomas Richard married. Emma? Emma Ferguson. All right. Jethro, I understand, never married. Nor did Charlotte. Freddie, of course, had married. Freddie Hall Wilchcombe had married Prudence. And they had 1 child. And his name was Freddie Hall Boyd, or Little Pig. Anyway, that's the way that goes. Now, remember, Richard Jr. and Edward. This is the Edward line now. Edward Augustus and Rosetta Barr had 6 children. Jeff drowned as a young boy. Herbert had no children. Sabalita married Bill Johnson. They had 1 daughter named Edna who died as a young child. Celeste died in infancy. Adina married Robert Bartlett. They had 3 children, Marilyn, Amy, and the present Commissioner of Police, Gerald Bartlett. Cecilia married Ben Smith. And they had 2 children, Ben A. Smith, the historian, and his sister Rosetta. Claudius Wilchcombe married Justina Barr, and they had 12 children. Leonora married Bartholomew Barr, and they had 5 children, John, Willard, Thomas, Tommy Boy, Barr, Monica, and Harmon. Abo married Ethel Roberts. They had 10 children, Bessie, Hazel, Lloyd, Paul and Albert, twins, Edison and Pat, Eric and Lanza, also twins. They had 2 sets of twins, and Lauren. Maud, Drusilla, Claudius, that was Congar, and Alonzo had no children. Joanna married Leonard Bethel from Governor Salvi Luther, and they had 10 children, Tellers, Jackie, Susan, Jude, Leonard, Bud, Eunice, Mispa, Leander, Lois, and Blake. The next aunt, Sybil, Merce and Twig's mom, married Manasseh Grant Jr. And they had 2 daughters, Albert and Audrey. My mom, Reuinon D., married Lenny Bethel's brother, younger brother, George. And he had me, thank God. My sister Ann, Lance, and he had one named Rudy, he's buried over there. He died when he was 6 days old. He lived right up in John House, right over there. Colin, I think they're all here, Leslie, Marina, and Rudy. Then Uncle Ike married Ivy Davis of Exuma, and they had 9 children, starting with Anita, Cynthia, 12. Where do I leave her? 10 who leave her? Casanova. 4 died. 4 died. Oh, I didn't know nothing about that. Kenny, Little May. They're all the way from, Little May's all the way from Vancouver. She lives in Vancouver now. Lynette, Elizabeth, Sherry, Michael, Mary. You don't need Betty up? Betty? All right. Okay. And then the last child, Edna, married Uncle Cliff Davis. And they have 8 children, at least living. And that's lady in charge behind there, who I need to see right after this show. Mrs. Stephanie Garvey. And you got Barbara Gibbons. You got BC all the way from San Fran. That's my good friend. Ovid, Kenny, Linton, Darrell, and Philip. All right? Now, coming to the end. Let's move to the Edward lineage. Edward was the second son of Dr. Richard Wilchcombe and Elizabeth Wilchcombe. Horatio Wilchcombe. He married Grace Hannah. And they had Jim, Clayton, Seaver, and so on. I don't think Clayton ever got married. George, my godfather who just passed, Miriam, Fedor, and Millie, my godmother who died a few years ago. Seaver married Manasseh Grant, and they had 9 children, with Albert, Lee, Lily, May, Teddy, Manasseh Jr., Clarence, Samuel, and Wilbert. When Grace Hannah died, Horatio married a second time to Revelina Johnson, and they had 1 son, Horatio Jr. Horatio Jr. married Emma Olivia Smith, and they had 3 children, Horatio III, Lita, and Brenda Neely. Horatio Sr. married a 3rd time to Amy Johnson, who had also been married twice before. And they had Horatio Sr. and Amy Johnson had 2 children, Clarence and Arthur. And that's where I am today. A little half mixed up, but I went back a little bit with the great help of my friend Ben A. Smith. And Ben, I'd like for you now to come to the stand and just fill in a little bit and tell me some things that I ain't telling right here. Could you just come? Please welcome Ben A. Smith. Ben will tell you that they ain't got no dumbbells come.
I can take you to the place now where the first school was kept, under a fig tree. I can show you the first building that was built on that site, which is 140 years old, east of the mine. These boys 4 sons of Richard and also Edward. They were educated enough to meet the demands of their time, although they were squandered. And after that, they established a tax church here, as the grounds that the church started on now. Bishop Hornby, who was then Bishop of the Diocese of Nassau. The priest then was Philpott. They are the man responsible for the Anglican Church in West End. On rainy days, the church was kept in his house. On sunny days, they were kept under the fig tree. So you see that West End became an established settlement in 1840 with 2 principles in mind. That was education and Christian. Thank you.
That's Bob. Tell us, Bob. The acts of presence. Bless the school of God, and bless the hands who prepare it, that we may all enjoy it. And sanctify that let me receive it. You are one.
Amen.
Praise Father and Jesus Christ, the Lord God, and such as the Holy
Wilchcombe, my cousin, is now eating some food. He's the son of Albert Wilchcombe, the oldest son of Claudius Wilchcombe. My sister, Stephanie, Peter, Janice, Valencia, some of the principal people that made this family union possible. And Essie, she's the wife of, we call him Uncle John, but he's actually a first cousin. Marcia Smith, another one of the principal ones that owns, come up with these my wife, Jean, Bridget, Edie. Lovely, lovely group. Eric Wilchcombe. Eric Wilchcombe, the only surviving son of Claudius Wilchcombe. And my mother, one of the original Wilchcombe. Stephanie Gavin. event together, whom we appreciate very, very much.
Getting breathing.
Yeah. Go walk up through there. John Barr and John Barr Jr. John Barr is the son of Lenora Barr, who was the oldest child of Claudius Wilchcombe and Justino Barr. Cora, my niece.
Right here. She told you 4 years ago that she found the Lord. And so I'd like for you now to put your hands together and welcome our dear cousin, Mrs. Susan Wallace.
I'm going to try and project. I know it's very difficult for you to hear. But this first poem that I'm going to read to you is called Conjecture. I got the name from my grandmother, Wilchcombe. I named quite a few. Would you mind being quiet? I like to recite when it's real quiet. That's better. Thank you. I gave the name of some of my poems, and there's one called Claudia's Love. But these are real names that I figure would make it a little bit more of the Wilchcombe family. Now, the story itself isn't about my grandmother. It is about a woman that I really knew. She used to go to St. Mary's Church, and she was a little bit off in the head, you know. And I used to watch her every Sunday. And so I got this idea, I'm going to write about her, but I'll name her Conjecture. You know hear about Patty and Betty? That's Conjecture Mouse. All day long she talking, never running out. Not a word comes from her husband. He immune, he says, because he finished drawing screws and she just born that way. Jessie gone to church one morning, long before it was time. She ain't know how she gets so early, before the church bell chime. Talk to start for Paul and Jessie. All that time to wait. All that time to sit there quiet. What a big disgrace. Every part of Jessie's body started to rebel. So her head and back and legs start itching, so she scratched like hell. One leg falls on top of the other. That leg crossed right back. Them two legs keep up their fighting. None wants stop on slack. Then when Jessie's throat start tickling, she won't cough so bad. More she hold back, more it tickles. Jessie going mad. Then when Jessie's throat, oh, how can Jessie was embarrassed when them folk look round. So she start to make some noises, making the same sound. What a laugh for poor Conjecture. Just as things gone still, Jessie belly started talking like a grinding mill. Jessie leaves before the service. She just had enough. She ain't going to stay there through no service, taking all that stuff. So she'll make genuflections, and she'll slide right out. Last was seen of poor Jessie. She'd been heading south. What I had to do. My dog was big and burly. His eye was round and floppy. His flabby jaw was hanging down like when the monk's swine dropped. Some thought my dog a boxer, but that ain't bother me, because all I want is a dog. I don't care what kind of dog he walking with his leash clutching my hand. He'll dash at any dog he sees, the biggest in the land. All full of pride, I pull him and pat him on his back, because I don't want my dog to kill nobody dog on slack. But things start getting tougher. Them dogs start gathering fast. They must be planned to gang my dog for he action in the past. I stand there looking stupid, son. I let my dog leash go to rent that gang and lay on flat and let their life blood flow. My dog had once feel freedom. He make a sudden leap and hide himself behind my leg in one big pan and he the shock was stop for breathing. But time was running up. I grab and stick and I stash and swing left, right, and roundabout. When I swing my body left foot, my dog keeping the lead. When I swing to right, he jumps there too. He keeping safe, you see. At last, all did go quiet. The dog them cocktail back. I'm just my dog a prancing around to finish off the pot.
Is it turning? Huh?
Now, I come to the real purpose of my little tour here. This family union was instrumented by this lady for many years now, 6, 7, even maybe about past 8 years. She never let the idea die that this family must have a reunion. Every time we meet her, no matter where, whether it's Miami, West End, Nassau, wherever we meet her, the second word of mouth after hello is when are we going to have this reunion. And today, it finally happened. I'm glad it happened because in her time, while she's present to enjoy her family, this woman has finally get her desire, a reunion. Let me, all of you join in with me and giving this lady a warm round of applause, and Edna.
When I was growing up, my old lady told me I used to try to dance. She told me that my feet were made for the church. See, them feet made for dancing. So I'd like for you now to please welcome Bob and her girls.
get me a wider lens. My mother and her grandchildren, the great-grand, swimming. A bull bait. And all the grandchildren. There goes Daryl. My sister, she's coming in. She's bringing Wilchcombe family reunion picnic. All of our relatives are sitting around talking. My wife Jean. Marge.
I see you. You're going swimming.
Family reunion picnic, 1985. Children playing in the beach. My son Daryl. Tiffany and her nephew, her mother, coming out of the water. Audrey, yeah, here she is, swimming, having a good time. Just a minute. This boy. Peter, he's going over to Bridget. There's Bridget. She's swimming, having a good time. Tiffany, swimming. Tanya. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Having a good time. Audrey swimming on her back. She's having a good time. There she is. Right. Oh, what a lovely picture. For one of my first cousins, Lila Mae. She lives in Toronto. I'm sorry, she lives in Vancouver, British Columbia. Enjoying the sun. There she is. My father, sitting on the earth. This man. You're not photogenic, but I am taking your picture, and this is in sound. All the offsprings of the Wilchcombe. Great-grandmama and great-grandchild.
Trying to make his weight. Whatever we could, let's make his weight. Make his weight.
Hey, George McGibbon. George McGibbons. Stephanie.
Let's drive them. Good. Huh?
Don't you dare!
Give me a side view here, Anatol.
Uncle! One minute, sir. I need somebody to drive him. Bring money. Bring money.
What? They left. They left. I thought it was this afternoon, so 6:30 this morning and something else.
On 6:30.
Well, maybe they were saying that to get up. They probably took the first flight to Nassau. So that's what it was.
7:30, yeah,
Yeah, they must be saying they get.
they had to be there.
Everything they told me about, everything on.
I can't smile now, but I can hold
You want to stop and push the red button?
Okay. Okay, all right. I'm gonna push it when. You know? I go in Daryl. See, you can stand up. See, come on this side. Huh?
Did you shut it off?
I shut it off.
Yes, Jerusha, say something to me.
Hi, Vic. Long time no see, Lisa. You remember those years? Those nights?
Those days.
Those nights we had a lovely time, right?
When last you seen me?
Running away. You run away from Uncle Flip, but I run away from John Dog. Remember those nights? We had fun, boy. We had fun. I want to do this long time. Let me do my ballet now, Joe.
Not to my friend. Not to my friend.
Got you, Vaughn. Got you, Vaughn. I'll show these tonight. Show you Wilchcombe.
Why you don't let a child have a little time?
Stand up, Mom. Stand up.
She chats like a man, like man.
I'm taking you.
Listen here.
Yeah, the Wilchcombe.
21 years, huh?
Go give him a handshake there.
On the obituary, you see one great grandfather. That was me.
Where were you laughing?
Yeah, buddy.
Say something.
Say sex.
All right, I got it.
That's
I'm right now with that.
Everybody carries this bottle of beer to be able to go in and like that. What do you want me to do, man? So you're ready to get it? It's a family reunion.
I know you gave me the name that stuck with me. I know you gave me the name that is stuck with me.
I'm catching up with my wife now because she had the boy in the room.
Shine up. Up over there. Okay, you guys get your position. Come on, you guys. Come on, you guys. Don't shine the flashlight. I'm shining his face. This. There you go. Why you take a move over? Let me get up the way. Get up here. Get up. Can your clipper get up out of the way? That's right. Get up. You got enough money to
Come on.
Mama, let's put you in. Oh, I can't do it. Look at you, baby. Hi, Aunt Helen. Gregory and Paula, Aunt Paula, Aunt Ruthie, all you guys, hello. Say hello, Mona. Say hello. Say hello. Mona. How old is he now?
Watch it, watch it. Wait a minute. Now it's going. Now it's going. We can do that all over again.
No. Take two.
Gail, Charlie, Carla, all of you. Hello.
Yeah.
Which one are you? Linda, Betty, Dorothy, Helen, Tiffany, everybody, husbands and all.
Oh, okay. Is this for everybody? You love them, you miss them, and hello. That includes everybody.
This is Marie Kennedy,
Is that?
I see you all soon.
my nephew's wife, Gavin Kennedy, here in Miami, Florida. On this day, 21st of August,
Oh, look at Uncle Paul. Gavin is doing your good hello for Gavin too.
85.
Does it make any difference? Just so I see it back. Makes a difference in the show. Not on there. No.
Nice smile, Marie.
That's it.
That is great. Profile.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you.
You can take whichever one you want. I can have some more.
Get that cat away from me.
I'm taping, guys.
Oh, Lucy, I don't think we took that.
Helen saved them two boys.
See the little kitty cat?
And Tanya. And Tanya.
Oh my God.
She got some long tail, right? Yeah, what she is. Like that. What she is. What are you talking about, huh?
Just take one of me. Where's Daniel?
We're missing you. Yeah, bath.
He's taking a bath. Pretty kitty cat. She'll be almost pretty.
Gail is there. The only one I don't have is Lucy and her family. Her kids they was up on the top. You know how the church made you walk down. They was in the parking lot running and she couldn't get them back down.
He's not ready for his bottle. Look, kitty. You're on TV. With your shining light, you can take over Morris. You want to be Morris? This woman rested now. He had his medication. Take Morris' position, huh? Say hi. My name is Oscar. I'm 3 years old. 3 months old. Only business.
Not Gail. That's the grandkids.
I only eat Karina cat.
All those grandkids.
My kitty cat. Chicken. Oh. My kitty cat eats grapes.
The grandkids wear
so
blue
cute.
and the
He has
children
those
wear
teeth,
red.
and he has pretty nails, see? Ow! And a very bad nose that one bite. Is kitty?
Don't put that cat close to that baby. You might bite the baby. Okay.
What you doing, Carol?
She trying to wipe the cat off of us. Oh, this is the church. That's the church. No, that was the kids.
You should have one. Oh, fascinating.
He said that's called a little baby right there. Jennifer.
It's okay.
How many does Paul have now? How many kids?
She got 7. Jennifer's 4.
Jennifer's 3.
Mommy.
Jennifer's 3.
What'd you say?
Mommy comes.
Unless her birthday passed.
Yeah, that was
Not even halfway.
Yes, started back there
Huh?
for the different kids, you know. They quiet and say they speak to it. That's what yeah.
Daddy is trying to be on TV. Daddy is trying to be on TV.
6 daughters.
What's the matter?
Charles, go home.
Where's the pacifier? Where's the baby? Where's the baby? Who wants his pacifier?
What's that?
Oh, look at that face. Look at
That face. Have you ever seen anything?
I gave it to her.
Give them to Dara and she go put them back up. Dara, go put those pictures back up.
You got something to eat.
what muscle? This
Oh, what happened when you come out Christmas? His muscles gonna be really big. He's gonna be
You
playing
know what I keep
basketball.
telling you? You know me, Papa? Look, me, you Papa?
You're not coming Christmas?
Yeah, me? That's great. I knew Chris was telling you. That's great. See, I know Papa in too.
Well, those boys know which one they admire. I have to ask them when I get back.
Babies are not too
Simeon. Bridget. Simeon. Look at Daddy. You on camera. Simeon. Simeon. Pronounce his name for me.
Simmy. I'm saying it right.
You know when did you write us a letter to tell us? We thought you said Samuel. I don't know if you know that.
How did you say that? How did you do that?
About 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Simi.
Not too hard, is it?
Sammy. I'm ready, so.
Nobody can see. Yeah, we have this medication have to lay it down a little bit.
Simi.
See me? See Granddaddy? See? See Granddaddy?
You got some pretty eyes. You got your eyes. Like both of your babies got your eyes. You know that?
Bridget. What you doing? Daryl, what you guys doing?
They're trying to be on camera and sneaking away like that. No, Tim.
Put the 3 of you guys together, let's see. Look at me. Mm-hmm. Get in there, Daniel.
Smile, Daniel. No, don't put your hand on your mouth. I like to see your teeth on the picture. Smile. You got
Daniel.
pretty teeth, Daniel. Oh, Daniel. You have some. Who took my picture off the dresser back there, Daniel? Daniel, what I had a feeling you moved that picture.
When he was playing, he loved to look at pictures.
His father's gonna be a class picture and a picture where he was in boot camp.
The birds. But I was like really brief.
Go ahead.
You came, you got here, and we was almost in the process to bring him home. Let me see what Mama do with his clothes.
Watch it, Kenneth. I'm taping.
Go ahead, Frank. Come on, sit down.
Watch it now.
He's taping.
Yeah, he knows. No way.
Daryl.
That's all it's called. No, the blue shirt.